Man, oh man, did I get slayed today. You know what? Overall in the markets, it was a green day. The scanner picked up way too many things, and then there was no clear lead gapper, and I was like, today's gonna be a choppy day. I can feel it. And then the lead gapper was the lead gapper kind of from yesterday, AKER. And which is fine, totally fine. It was gapping up 100%, had a really good catalyst the day before, but I don't really like trading second big green days. They're okay, but the first green days are usually the best. And then the second green day gets a little bit shakier, third green day even shakier, fourth green day, fifth green day, you're getting into the APRN status where you're getting like these 60% drops, and I don't want to be trading that stuff. So already with the second green day, I was like, okay, let's see what happens. First 15 minutes, this thing just boom, bull flag, breakout, bull flag. And I was like, I should be trading, but I can't do it. I'm a little bit more still like a conservative dip trader, which has worked well. Great actually, but I'm trying to adjust myself for this second strategy. It's so difficult having like two strategies in your mind. So I should have gotten more aggressive in those first 15-30 minutes, and that's really where I could have made some really nice money. I'm talking like 10-15% every like 3 minutes every time it breaks out higher. Okay, maybe not 3 minutes, maybe like 5-6 minutes, but still pretty good. And I missed that whole run up. I could have been done trading at 10 o'clock and been like, boom, you know what? I'll be here a little bit longer talking and chatting in the stream, but I'm done trading. I'm not stressed anymore in terms of like having some sort of FOMO or some sort of need to keep trading. And so today I made a rule on the stream. I said, you know what? If I trade pre-market, fine, I could do that. I mean, sometimes you got to experiment, but I'm only allowed to do 2/3 of my trade allocation. So if I do 2 trades a day at $1,500 based on our small account Gavin Go challenge account size, challenge size right now, that means I would only be, on average, I'm trading $1,500 and $1,500 twice. That's $3,000 total for the day. But if I trade pre-market, then I only do 2/3 of that. That means I'm only trading $1,000, and I could technically do $1,000 3 times. That way I allocate my risk across more trades, which has been working really, really well in the past. So now if I'm trading pre-market or if I'm trading after 10:30, I'm going to be allocating my risk across more trades, basically reducing any one trade position size. So that's kind of the rule I made today after we got halted on after I entered the trade because of some direct public offering news, which we talked a little bit about in the last week's video. So definitely check out that video if you haven't done so already, because I talk about how direct public offerings affect these small cap stocks, and in a nutshell, it's pretty bad. So this time I enter a trade, like 10 seconds later, the news comes out that this company is selling stocks at $6, and it was like close to 800 shares or 700,000 shares, and it just plummeted the stock, and I was obviously in that stock. So these are things you typically don't see from 9:30 to 10. Maybe 10 to 10:30, maybe a bit more common. I don't know the exact statistics on that, but it's definitely something that happens pre-market, it happens extended hours, and it happens throughout the day, but you almost never see it happen at 9:30 to 10. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my experience so far, and I've heard it from many other traders as well. Leave a comment below if you know otherwise, or if you have some good statistics on that, but for now, that's kind of what I have noticed. All right, guys, let me break down the exact reason this rule came up. I mean, there's many small trades, especially with the TOPS trade that happened like 2 weeks ago. That was another very similar example that kind of fed to this new rule that I'm opposing on myself. But today was kind of like the nail in the coffin. So I hope you guys find some really good value in this video and understand how I have, evolved my trading style and strategy to fit things that I learned along the way. So guys, if you do find value in this video, don't forget to hit that like button. I definitely appreciate all of them. If you're totally new here and you want to learn more about trading, definitely consider subscribing. I'd love to see you again, especially in the chat room on the live streams, because we go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. to trade the market open. Leave questions and comments below. I answer all of them. Let's go to the charts now. All right, guys, so let's not waste any time and dive right into the life of AKER, because this has been a pretty interesting stock, and it all started a little bit late and it ended a little bit early, I would say. AKER popped up on our scanner yesterday, so Monday, right here at the 6th of April. I just wanted to say that for reference. So yeah, popped up here at 9:25. So this is really late. Came out with some pretty good news. Actually, what was that one again? Here we go. It was a partnership, possible vaccine for the coronavirus news, and they partnered with another company that had 3 antigens and kind of were really working on the cure or a possible cure for the coronavirus. So really good catalyst, partnership, kind of everything on one, and then popped out really late at 9:25. So this news came out and then boom, this thing runs up 74%, has a quick open here, and then runs another 37%. In total, this was a pretty nice move. This was about, I think, 100 something, 110, 113% move. And then we missed this move because it wasn't really on my radar, and I was looking at other things at the time. But eventually, pulls back here. We get a nice little pullback entry. I actually this was a loss. This was a $30 loss, even though the entry was actually quite nice. I just had to, the timing was off a little bit. This one kind of shook me out, and then we're getting a lot of sellers coming back in here again. Then we kind of missed this 10% run up. So that was kind of annoying. I was like, wrong side, AKER got me. Thesis correct, timing off. And then mind you, this is the price, and this is Monday right now. So we're at 2.8, and then just boom, rest of the day, I'm done with trading, and this thing just runs up super, super high. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. This goes from when we traded, I stopped trading at 11 o'clock. So basically at the perfect low. And then this thing runs up to 111%, just so ridiculous. I mean, there's no way I would have held 111%. I would be looking for some move like this, maybe score 10, 15% max. I don't know. I don't think I would be doing more than that. But still, those numbers, they add up. 10 trades in a row at 10%. I mean, you've more than doubled your account. So actually, what would that be? That'd be like 7 trades at 10%. I think it's doubling your account. Anyway, that's not really important. Pre-market holds its highs pretty well. This area, VWAP, right around 420, really, really well, and then just rips, basically 100%, and then pulls back again, and then kind of consolidates in this area. And this is kind of the clear lead gapper, because, it had a 100% run up, but it had a ferocious pullback, about 42%. That's kind of what maybe one of the things that made me a little bit iffy on, is this going to be a good morning play, because that was a really aggressive pullback. But, second green day. Sometimes you have third, fourth, fifth green days. So yeah, I don't know, AKER, let's give it a shot. Because all the other stocks we were looking at today weren't really that, nice. I mean, we'll review them quickly after this, but we had PSTI, we had EDNT, YGYI. We'll talk about it soon, but nothing was looking too hot. And then let's quickly scroll here, because the market opens, and this is when things get a little fun. And I really want this to be a big lesson, because I kind of talk about this a lot, where I want to get more aggressive in the first 15 minutes, and I want to get more conservative from 10:30 for 10:30 to 11, and then I want to be kind of done trading. So if I ever do a trade pre-market, and if I ever do a trade after 10:30, those need to be extra conservative trades. I'm talking let's say right now I'm using about $1,500 per position size. Those should be about $1,000 per position size. So really, really scaled back, about 2/3 of my buying power for my trade allocation. But yeah, so we popped up here. We had a nice 5-minute breakout. We had a 1-minute pullback. This would have been good. I would have been down maybe 2-3% at one point, but then this thing rips way more. So we would have risked about 2% to make well more than that, because we had big resistance at $8, and then this time we're at 6.5. So we're risking 2% to make maybe possibly 24%. That would have been a good trade. I should have been more conscious on that, and that's something I always say, but I have a hard time acting upon, because I kind of grew up as a pullback trader. So I've been trading for many years now, and this challenge is me learning a new gap and go breakout strategy. It's not really something that I do. It's I have to change some of my thinking process a little bit, right? I still, on most of my other accounts, I'm a pullback trader, but so, okay. yeah, this is really where I should have been getting aggressive. And then we have some nice consolidation here, and then eventually we have a nice pullback, and this was actually a really nice trade. Sold too early, but we made about 3% on this one. Nothing to run home about, but it was nice. And then it kind of fast forward a little bit, and we keep consolidating, and then we've run up here, and this is looking good because now it looks like we might retest 8 and potentially even break out from higher from there. You see it all the time. It's not something that's uncommon. I was waiting for a bigger pullback, maybe from 7.5 to like, I don't know, 7.4. That's kind of what my goal was, and we got it. We got that nice pullback. Actually, it was really nice at 7.34, and I was like, nice. But why did that happen so quickly? And then instantly there was a giant crack there, and I was like, oh man, look at this. AKER's biosciences prices $800,000, 800,000 shares roughly, 7,066,000 shares at $6. And I'm like, ooh. Instantly this thing was halted. And at this point I was like, what do we do? I knew the price was going to go to 6. The question is, how fast can we get out of it? And also the question is, are we going to get a little bounce here? Maybe I can get out for a smaller loss. Didn't happen. This thing drops right away. Let me see here if I can zoom in one. Yeah, we instantly hit $6. Had a little bit of a bounce, and I'm chasing it the whole time. We open up, and it didn't happen right away. We were at like 640, then we were at 630, and I was like constantly trying to move down my limit order, and I was canceling, placing again, and then everything basically just froze. It was horrible. Look at all these. So we open up here. This is where we got halted. I removed this limit order because there's no way it's going to get executed again. I go from 648, 635, 609, and then 609 again. And at this one point, there was so many weird things. There was like linked trades going on. I think I must have clicked the wrong button. So who knows what I was doing wrong. But I think that was just glitch central. And it was a little bit annoying. That was really annoying, actually. Yeah, so let's keep on going forward here. Balance consolidates. I don't know. I don't really care about AKER. And honestly, this whole thing didn't really bother me too much. The only thing I would say that bothered me a little bit is the fact that I was having some exit issues here. That was kind of annoying because this could have been like, $150 loss. It could have been, 10% loss, easy. But somehow we just got so slammed on it, and that bothers me a little bit, but that's how it is sometimes. Let's, wait, is there anything else I wanted to say about this one? Yeah, so this kind of brings up my whole entire kind of lesson, and I kind of said in the beginning of this video, after 10:30, you start seeing weird stuff. In the middle of the day, you see a lot of weird stuff. At the end of the day, who knows what's going to happen? So I like in the morning, it's usually, you don't get these random news articles at like 9:30. Or like 9:45, I don't almost ever see it. But after when the volume starts consolidating a little bit and it gets a little bit weird, breakouts don't have the nice follow through that they did in the beginning of the day, and you're just it's tougher to trade. Not to mention you're probably already a little bit mentally fatigued because you've probably been trading since maybe 7:30, since 8:30, maybe since 9:30, and now you're like an hour, 2 hours deep into trading. And you might, have a few winners, a few losers, and you might be a little bit more emotionally attached. I mean, you could almost say this trade here was potentially a bit emotionally fueled because I was like, okay, I'm going to wrap up trading soon. I want to get one more trade in, right? Like I'm starting to think in ways that I should not be thinking. I don't really think that was the case on this trade, to be honest. I actually really like the setup, and we've been seeing a lot of these VWAP pull-ups that have just been really good. But still, like this is a freak accident, so to say. And yeah, so basically trading pre-market, I'm not that good trading pre-market. You see a lot of weird things happen pre-market. You also get a lot of direct offerings pre-market. News comes out, that's good or bad, I don't know. So pre-market, I typically don't trade, but if I do trade pre-market, I'm gonna make that a rule with myself, like to always reduce the share size. So if I'm trading $1,500, I'm gonna be trading $1,000. So basically I'm gonna take my 2 trades per day and make it 3 trades per day, I guess you can also say. So that's a big thing, 2 to 3 share size. If I trade pre-market, because I think pre-market is just as volatile and there's not a lot of volume, just like after kind of 10:30. So 2/3 share size after 10:30. So boom. That's how rules get made. And you know, this rule isn't coming out of the blue. It's something that I've been thinking about for like months or like weeks, maybe, I don't know, like a month and a half. And I've been in situations like this several times now. And I feel like sometimes there's good risk reward, and sometimes it works out and it's nice. But at the same time, I take a lot of risk on, and I kind of stress myself out before maybe the perfect trading time. So I'm going to reduce my share size no matter what. So pre-market or after hours, I'm going to allow or after 10:30. So I'm going to allow myself to keep trading if I want to trade, like if I see a good opportunity. But I'm going to be like, Alex, if you want this trade, you're just going to have to reduce your share size, because we don't want this unnecessary risk exposure, because we know the best time to trade for this strategy, this specific strategy. I'm not saying this is for everyone. This is kind of for me in this strategy is from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. I mean, this is when all the activity happened. 10 o'clock, boom, is game over. This is like the end of the run. So yeah, that's I'm happy I could share that with you guys. You guys could do with this information as you want. Obviously, everyone's different. Everyone has different personalities. Some people are more aggressive, some people are less aggressive. Some people like certain patterns, some people don't. You figure out how the market speaks to you, how you feel about certain setups, and then really work on your strengths. And then if you're weak at certain stuff, sometimes just throw it out the window. But I know what I like to do and what works for me, and so I'm trying to really kind of keep on building a rule set and a trading system that really kind of works for me. But I think it will work for everyone. You just always have to tweak it a little bit for yourself. So yeah, I think that's really everything I have to say about AKER. Who knows how low it's going to go. So the offering was at $6 and we went all the way down here to $6.40, so another 10% down. I think there's definitely a bit of trust, a lack of trust now in AKER. I mean, this is pretty brutal. So I mean, look at that long-term chart. That's just not something you want to be affiliated with. And a lot of these past moves are only one-day moves. Reverse splits, yeah, gap down area, big time resistance here. So yeah, this looks like it's going into the graveyard. And I think that offering probably put a lot of traders just ooh, I'm going to avoid this one at all costs. Just really quickly, let me just go through the other elite gappers. PSTI, 17 million float, gapping up 60%. Kind of holding its highs here. It had a pretty good catalyst, 100% success rate on coronavirus patients because of some, here we can see it maybe, yeah, 100% survival rate on patients with acute respiratory failure associated with the coronavirus that have been treated with PLX cells. I mean, that's a pretty good catalyst, but so far it hasn't really done anything. It's kind of just selling off, which is really weird. Who knows what's going on with this company long term? Who knows what's on their balance sheets? Good news, but at the same time, not performing. So could be warrants, could be God knows what. Let's go to YGYI. This was another elite gapper, 75% pre-market gap, 11 million float, much nicer. Let me pull up the news here. This thing was getting halted so much, my eyes were about to fall out of my head. So check out the news. So weird. It's from Florida, classic. That's how you know it's gonna be weird. I'm from Florida, so I can make fun of it a little bit. The company to hand sanitizer and retail distribution. This isn't even the weirdest news. The company said it was granted a license by the US FDA to begin producing hand sanitizer in its Orlando, Florida facility. Is that really that credible of news? Hand sanitizer? Maybe I don't know about the hand sanitizer business, but I was kind of weird. That's a pretty big gap. But apparently the market liked it, and it was holding its highs. It never pulled back that much, to negative 22%, but kind of in the appropriate area. This thing, it opens up, it gets halted so many times. These are all halts, these notifications, and then it runs up 90%. This is pretty cool. I mean, this one did really, really well. 1.4 could have been a really nice dip buy. We probably would have not got it, but this is also why I'm not devastated about AKER. I mean, you win some, you lose some. Overall, I'm about 60% profitable, and we've been growing this account very nicely because consistently over the long run, we're profitable. So sometimes you have these outliner events, but tomorrow could be a really good day where I make I make back all of my losses today, and then, you know, then some. So you just don't know. It's like a little bit of an emotional roller coaster with trading, but over time, you kind of become numb to those things, and you kind of become focused more on the bigger picture, and you understand it's a bit more of a marathon. So that's why I'm a little bit more like chilled out. And like I said before, the only thing that really bothered me, I would say, with AKER is the pure fact alone that I just had horrible execution here. That really bothered me. So yeah. What else do we have? We had EDNT. Made some interesting moves. This, you know, 40% gap up, phase 2 positive results on a study they were doing. Really kind of pulled back aggressively pre-market though. Very choppy. I don't know. This one, you know, $2 million volume. This is all stuff we don't trade. I'm not going to look at that. So yeah, AKER, look at that dollar volume, almost 200 million. That's really nice numbers. DPW, very nice numbers. Anything over 10 million is nice. Ideally over 50 million is what you want to be looking at, especially at this point in the day. So DPW, pretty sweet move on this one as well. You know, we always had big resistance at 2, so we kind of reached 2. Very cool. Yeah, 70% move. Somehow I was just trading all the wrong stuff today. A little bit disappointed in that, but hey, that's how you become a better trader. You understand what you did right, you understand what you did wrong, you apply it to next time, and every day you trade, you get a little bit better, ideally. and yeah, then I mean, that's how we're almost doubling this account, and it's growing faster and faster. March was my best month, and hopefully, you know, April still could become the best month. We just had a little bit of a shaky start to it, kind of getting aggressive at the wrong time and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that wraps up everything for this video. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I mean, today was a bit of a slip up. It happens. So let's see if we can clean up a little bit tomorrow. I should probably just be overall a little bit, I don't know. I'm gonna let kind of tomorrow come to me. If I see a good setup, I'm gonna get aggressive. If I don't, I'm gonna be conservative. And after 10:30 and pre-market, obviously, I'm gonna be extra conservative. So, but you know, in those first 15 minutes, if I see the good setup, if I see a nice bull flag forming, if I see, you know, if the stock looks good on paper and the chart looks good, then I mean, these are all reasons to be getting aggressive. So that's just how it is. And yeah, I'm looking forward to keep up the challenge. This is just one little bump along the road. So. Yeah, guys, I appreciate you on the stream today. It was really good fun trading with everyone. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the content. If you're totally new here, consider subscribing. I'd love to see you again, and especially in the chat room. It was always good fun in there. Until next time, guys, stay safe, make some awesome trades. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.